Да ё-моё, да? Слышали купности. Я не знаю, что оно, какой-то эхо, фигня какая-то. Я не знаю. Бред. Какие демонологи бредовые, здесь нормально. Бред какой-то. Попадается. Глаз, стеклянный этот, дом. И покался, дом поползал. Это вообще прикольный дом, блин. Знаешь, как это? Что это за бред? Ничего. Бред. Не грязный. Ну, грязный. Мусор, да. Сразу видно, да. Да. Смола или что это? Вот так непонятно, просто да. Сдалека непонятно. Тема. Свет только начался. Часа не начался. Уже часа 3-4. Уже может и дольше, не знаю. Это долго будет. Часа 3-4, может и 5. Не знаю. Долго будет. Какая-то. Ого, ветруганище. Жизнь, блядь, на улице тут такое. Чё за ё-моё, ого. Что за... В бассейн залетела, ё-моё. Жесть, ого. Это ничего не... Он не понял. Он тоже грязный. Темно, не понял. Мусор. Так сказать, ёба, как? Ёба, минус 6. Мы шли в бассейне. За бред какой-то. Короче, идиоты. Да, посмотрим. Отлично. Ой, что это за... Камера наблюдения. О, 400. Ого. Вот ключ лежит. В этом. О, размер. 400. А вот он. Как это? Ничего интересного не было. 2 только. Если все скидки бред какой-то. Не. Понятно. Да нет. Понятно. Да. Я же говорил, он говорит, ё-моё. Я, по-моему, 400. いただきます。はい。5秒だ、ちょっと。まあ。Estamos con la... Ah, todo mundo sabe. Puxa vida.
At the scene of the alleged assault, they find a couple of guys sorting newspapers and an angry man called Jack.
It's not going to be that many years I'll go because I've got to take my wife to work at 6 o'clock. He rang me. And he was abusive on the phone, so I said, look, Aaron, if that's your attitude, I'll bring the papers back, you can do the run yourself. But again, he said, in here. When I opened my eyes, so he threw them on the ground down there and he pushed me and he said, because I'm just a fucking idiot like you, and then he hit me. And, you know, it's not like, all right, that's the pressure on the side of the plane.
So this one.
Ну не Саня в этом.
With Jack adamant that he's been hit, Mike Honan checks the story of Karen nearly as the assailant.
Just before we go any further, I've just got a caution at this stage. Okay, we don't advise anything that you think so maybe take it down and give it an evidence. Okay, at this stage we basically just want to find out what's going on. So tell us what's happening.
It's just I got a bit didn't stop to say to police. Time they came back and we did our own fucking round or something every day. We said it's a criminal useless bus. It's big too.
Okay, did you hit him at all?
they consider it could push it as well.
Okay. So you swing a punch at it.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Okay. You said that you opened the door and
Grab the paper down.
yeah, and then you gave swung a punch and got him in the area. So, okay.
The differences in the two stories will make it difficult for Mike to prove a charge of assault, but somehow he has to resolve this situation. And Jack, the victim, isn't about to let the matter drop.
What did you want out of this?
Yeah, too right I do. He hit me. He assaulted me. There is no way that I should be assaulted by anybody when it comes to doing a job, and especially for this guy. Why should I come out and be assaulted by him?
Okay.
But after Jack had talked to Charles Schuster for a while, he began to calm down, and Aaron was beginning to realise that he had got out of hand.
I think he realised that. I think it's just all the other stuff. He's, like said, working his short staff.
He's under pressure.
Yeah, he just lost it a little bit for a second. But he wants an athlete that just apologise for it. And I said something to you. I mean, it's honestly bringing you guys bringing them because I'll go see you first, see if that was okay by you, and I'll bring him over here, and he's going to say, yeah, I mean, he's pretty sorry about the whole thing. He said it shouldn't have happened, but he's not that type of person. So
I don't believe he is either, but still, neither is the guy that pulls the trigger and kills somebody after he's done it. You know? You people know that.
yeah, shall I? Are you happy for me to go? Yeah.
It was the breakthrough Mike had been hoping for. A short time later, everything had been resolved by a simple apology. But a few hours later, Mike and Charles are back in the car park, dealing with a very strange piece of driving.
Comes out young.
It is not terrible. You are bravo.
Vehicle into a tree in the car park too.
Inside the car, the stunned driver is sitting listening to music.
Are you the only driver? Are you the only person in the car? Just you by yourself? Okay. You're not hurt? You're not hurt? Okay. Have you got driver's license? What happened? Sorry, you turned. Okay.
Richard, the driver, isn't too sure how it all happened, but he's only got a learner's license and he shouldn't be out by himself at this time of night.
Where's your glasses? Your glasses. You must wear your glasses while you're driving at all times. That's your conditions.
The lack of glasses is a possible explanation for his crash, but driver error seems more likely.
So how did your car end up in the tree?
Just wants to right.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Put your foot on the accelerator.
brake and work. It's putting the brake
Yeah.
like so faster.
As any driver knows, the only time a brake makes the car go faster is when it's really an accelerator. And it appears as though Richard's made the same mistake more than once.
Did you see what happened? What? Where did you crash his car? What, the power pole further up there?
Herald distributor Aaron Smith had talked to police earlier after an argument with one of his delivery people. And for the last hour, he's been watching Richard driving around hitting things.
You saw it. Whatever. He switched into the lamppost first. Then, with the accelerator jacked on, jumped back in and crashed into the tree over there in reverse. And then 10 minutes later, hopped in again and smashed into the trees. Who knows?
In spite of all the collisions, it seems that the only damage is to Richard's car. But he will still have to answer for driving on a learner's license.
this is an infringement notice, okay? You've got to have somebody in the car with you with a full license, okay? You've got to have these little yellow L plates on here. Have you ever seen them? Okay. Have you only just bought the car? Have you only just bought this car? Okay. Alright. Do you understand that? Are you a friend of his? Yeah. Can you just spell it out to him that he's got to have a licensed driver with him all the time? Based on a learner's license. He's got to have learner display plates in the back there. Okay?
As Mike and Charles leave the scene, they're still having difficulty working out how Richard managed to do it all.
He's hit the pole. He's freaked out. First back hit the tree. Freaks out again. And then drove forward and hit this tree. Just jumped straight into his life. The pinball was the ironic thing is that he's on the learners and his mate says that he comes here every night to practice driving. Practice a bit.
After a break, a burglar caught stealing cannabis gives the police in Invercargill a novel excuse.
One of the young fellas for the burglary has posed the question of whether things illegal to steal something illegal.
In Auckland, a man is knocked out in a bar fight and needs urgent medical attention.
He's still breathing, but yeah, just reporting here
Invercargill Sergeant Lee Copeland and Buddy are on the scene of a very strange case. Police have just arrested 2 guys for burglary, and somewhere around here, they've dropped the loot as they tried to escape. It doesn't take Buddy long to track it down. When Wally opens the bag from the burglary, it turns out to be a bunch of very healthy cannabis plants.
Basically, they were coming to get me pot. A little bit of pot shit to supply myself. You wouldn't really think it picture me the time that you're going to go steal someone's dough. You wouldn't think the owner of the house is going to ring up and say, someone was going to steal the dough.
But it was Kevin's grower who had called the police in, and he was now going to face charges along with the burglars.
Okay, this is going to be taken back to the station. Exhibited. There's evidence. One part for the burglary, the other part. The person actually growing stuff.
Although it would mean a conviction for cultivation, the burglars' actions had left Kevin no choice about calling the police.
We walked down to this house, started scoping it out, and we walked around, grabbed some tools, and we went back. See these 2 unusual characters down the road. So I thought I'd do go around the log tree, which I had my suspicions. Then he approached me, took off the road, just about to go on near rain. And then it was come back, so he was down the street. Came back and noticed that they were just walking past my house. Arrived back around the log. I thought, well, that's rushing inside. I told the wife that, to keep our eyes open for suspicious behaviours. We went across the train tracks, down the train tracks, we never did start smashing it on the floor. Rolled on. Get back to work, not 5 minutes in every game. Destroyed. Wanted me to go back and sit down, and people were trying to break into a shed. Yeah, I rubbed open the wall, rubbed down the wall, took 8 hydros. The patrol car right at the front of the shop when I ran out, and I told them to go there straight away, and they did. And I proceeded to head home.
Senior Constable Brett Page was in the car that was passing Kevin's work.
What they've done is jimmied off half the wall of his garage, and the hole in it. It's come through here. Follow me. And then get upstairs to the gentleman's cannabis grow. Crazy kid with these bongs and stuff. One of the young fellas for the burglary has posed the question, we don't think it's illegal to steal something illegal.
As Brett Hay knows, burglary is illegal regardless of the target, and everybody involved in this affair is going to be charged.
What's the chances of me electrocuting us out?
But for now, the task is to get all the growing equipment back to the station. At Invercargill Station, Constable Brett Kingsland has asked Kevin for a DNA sample, and he's consented.
So I just push that straight down on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Kevin's DNA sample will only go into the police data bank if and when he's convicted. Constable Alan Griffiths has been put in charge of the exhibits.
Same story, such promise that goes to court. And when he pleads guilty, will just be destroyed after that point.
When it all went through court, Tim and his mate Jeff pleaded guilty to charges of burglary. Tim was sentenced to 140 hours community work, and Jeff was given 9 months supervision. Kevin, the grower, was given diversion. Constables Alex Grant and Natalie Taylor are in pursuit of suspected boy racers in South Auckland.
We seen a car speeding down the motorway. We're trying to catch up to it. Cutting it traffic, you can see them up there. Those two will be racing each other.
As one of the racing cars drives on down the motorway, Natalie pulls the other one over on East Tamaki Road.
Yeah, we just watched it. Pulled up to God's way.
Lonnie's admission that he was racing the other car means that he's going to lose his car for a while.
Races up and throw over it.
With Lonnie, works at school income.
Just gotta put the old greenie on the car. Yeah.
The green sticker means he can't drive the car until he's made it legal and got a new warrant of fitness.
The green sticker, running my car for 28 days, and we can't report under the new career racing legislation. Not sure what that is, but some of the new laws, I've had to raise a suspension, I think 5 mil, and change the rough road to a standard.
This will eventually lose Donnie his license for 6 months, but his main worry now was getting home.
Yeah, has been a bit check out.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, he's on the way.
With Donnie on his way, Alex and Natalie are called to an assault outside a bar in Manurewa.
One still just on the ground. Have you got this one? Yeah. He instigated it. I think pretty much.
Apart from the bouncers' claim that the unconscious guy was the source of all the trouble, nobody else seems to have seen anything.
Yeah. G'day, mate. Did you see what happened here? No? Did you see who knocked this guy out? Matey.
The victim isn't stirring at all, although he is still alive.
I'm sorry, he's still breathing, but yeah, just sort of like a urinate. Yeah, quickly.
Just as the ambulance officers arrive, the guy suddenly regains consciousness.
G'day, mate. How are you? Who punched you?
But he's got no recollection of what's happened to him.
What's your name? Yeah, what's your name, bro? Hey? Hey? These guys want to check you out, is it okay? These ambulance officers want to check you out.
But Frank thinks he can make it by himself, although the rest of his body doesn't agree. To make things more difficult still, Frank's workmates decide to get involved.
This guy's giving me this guy's So he's gone away, he's come back in his place. On arrival, we've seen a young male who's been KO'd with a wee bit of blood coming from his mouth. And he's obviously been in some sort of altercation. His mate doesn't want to give us any of his details. Security have pretty much seen nothing. Basically, we're going to go over to Moore Hospital, have a chat to the guy that's been knocked out, grab his details. We'll make some further inquiries if he wants to make a complaint.
Frank suffered a severe concussion, but later admitted that it was him who'd started the fight. No charges were laid in relation to this incident. Next week on Police 10-7,
He refuses to walk, he'd like to be dragged.
Dunedin police encounter Barry.
Hi, will you stand up soon? I'll get your hand up.
Auckland police tracking a jailbreaker try to break in to Mount Eden prison.
Trying to keep the fence so we can get our dogs and stuff down there.
And a Palmerston North cannabis grower chooses the wrong time to pick up his plants.
What's your name? What's your first name?
On Police 10-7, Auckland police tracking a jailbreaker try to break in to Mount Eden prison.
Trying to cut the fence so we can get our dogs and stuff down there.
Palmerston North cannabis grower chooses the wrong time to pick up his plants.
What's your name? What's your first name?
Dunedin police round up some drunk umbrella rustlers.
No, just put it down. Just put it down.
And then they encounter Barry.
Hi, will you stand up soon? I'll get your hand up.
Get close enough to it. He's on a Harley heading down Technity Straits. Probably going to the can if anyone's close. He's still trying to stop anyone from behind him now.
Auckland dog handler Constable Kane Cording is in pursuit of a Harley that's failed to stop. The motorcyclist turns into the entranceway of the headquarters of the 45ers and tries to get inside before Kane catches up with him.
Don't let him in. We'll lock you up as well.
But Vincent's attempt to outrun the law ends at the gate.
In a hurry. In a hurry. You knew I was behind you. Yeah, you did. And the lights and siren on, and you gassed it. Well, you might find yourself getting arrested.
A check of Vincent's driver's license reveals that he shouldn't be on the road at this time of night.
Give me a learning license.
Driving on a learner license, riding a motorcycle beyond the CC class, and failing to stop for police is going to end up costing Vincent a lot of money.
Then why didn't you stop?
And when backup arrives, Vincent is issued an infringement notice and some sensible advice.
So every time you get stopped, you push back. They're going to be taking you off. You don't have that. We spent trust on you. Don't back. Actually, see if you're afraid to stop. It's that simple.
Fellow gang members view the proceedings with interest, and to show there's no ill feeling, they offer an invitation to the police. Vincent's finally allowed inside, but the offer of coffee is withdrawn.
He's been issued with $1,200 worth of infringement notices for his troubles, breaching his license conditions, which he'll keep getting issued until he gets his license sorted out. Either that or he'll get his license taken off.
And from one man trying to get inside, across town, police are being called to another man trying to get out.
We're off to Mount Eden Prison down on Boston Road. We've got a guy that's apparently hanging out the window on the motorway side with a rope, possibly going to jump the window. That's all the information we've got at the moment, so we're off there now.
By the time Constables Steve Worthy and Craig Andrew arrive at the prison, other units have been called in.
Still within the prison ground. The road. Everything's running over the outside of the the units down on Boston Road, if they come down to the end, stand by the motorway, they should be able to see it. They're going to join down this guy.
Dog teams are brought in to track any inmates outside the prison walls, and Steve and Craig head to the fugitive's last sighted position. But the Great Escape seems to have run into some problems. In his frantic bid for freedom, Jack's got stuck on a window ledge. As Jack deals with the problems of getting out of Mount Eden Prison, the Delta team are having problems getting their dogs close to the scene.
The security is good, so we're trying to cut the fence so we can get our dogs and stuff down there.
Jack's got himself in a precarious position. He can't get forward or go back, and he's hanging some distance from the ground. And the police now have to deal with the problem of getting him down.
the chap that doesn't go to speak to something like that. I don't think he's going to fall off anytime soon where he is, but he's fairly stable. That's something stupid.
Jack seems grateful that he's been caught in the act.
Yeah.
Back at ground level, Steve suspects there may be more than one escapee.
What we've got at the moment is a shoe up on top of the ledge where the rope is, and another phone card just down at the bottom of the rope there, which leads us to believe that you get some evidence there. I can't go for the rope before this story, but there's a deli unit that's right up to the left-hand side there, which they have to go back into that one story as up there. But this guy that's been there at the moment, he won't be going anywhere, he'll be doing it for Joe.
Prison staff confirmed there was only one fugitive, and police kept the building secure till the fire service could get Jack down. In court, he was found guilty of attempting to escape custody and was sentenced to a further 12 months in prison. It's 10:45 on a Tuesday night in Palmerston North. Constables Warwick Denby and Peter Thompson are on patrol.
After a report where a member of the public is seeing somebody getting beaten with a stick, and we've got a couple of cars going at the moment. We're about 2 or 3 minutes away. At this stage, we've had no updates as to what's happening to the offenders or the victim. So until we get there, we've got no idea what we're going to.
At the scene, Warwick and Peter find other police units have arrived to deal with a neighbourhood feud. Alcohol has fueled the potentially violent situation, which still continues despite the police presence.
Someone down the back.
Reasons for the dispute seem to revolve around ownership of property.
You're sitting in here, it's just going to follow you. Yes, it does.
The aggrieved neighbour walks a fine line between protecting home and family and breaking the law.
We have one person in custody at the moment for disorderly behaviour, but with the feuding neighbours and alcohol involved, we just probably.
As Warwick predicts, the neighbourhood feud flares up again.
7 months since we left the address, I estimated it would be between 20 minutes and half an hour until we returned. Our dog handler is sitting down the road and can hear a verbal heated argument starting now between two females, so obviously if it escalates then we'll have resources there to deal with it, and deal with it we will.
At the scene there's an unusual development. Dog handler Phil Gilbert is holding Tony, who's got a rubbish bag full of marijuana plants. Phil had been monitoring the feuding neighbours when Tony appeared out of nowhere and collected the bag out of a bush. And while other officers deal with the neighbourhood domestic, Warwick and Peter get to deal with Tony.
Listen, I'm going to stand up. Okay, sir? Yep, sir. Yep, you got me. Keep away from the land shark.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep. So he really likes biting people.
Very good.
Yep.
Noticed already.
You noticed already?
Yes, thank you.
We'll come around the other side of the car. Right, there's nothing else on yet?
No, light on my front. Left, right.
Right. Okay, I'll just take that out of there. What was your first one do?
What will I do? The windows that have got the fence garden.
Tony accepts he's been caught and admits he'd stashed the plants in the bushes earlier that evening.
About 3 ago. Just where we went to the pub.
In the bag, there's a lot of cannabis plants. and our defendant has already admitted that for his use. So surprisingly, it's an unrelated matter to what we were dealing with before with the disorder and the drunkenness. Pretty liberal plans, but boy, do they mess you up. You've been in trouble with police before? Maybe driving too. Yeah. Okay, that's an issue. As soon as we get back to the station, we'll get those lovely bracelets off you and go from there. The missus would love them. I think she would too.
Tony pleaded guilty to possession of cannabis and was given diversion. And the man arrested earlier during the neighbourhood dispute was charged with disorderly behaviour and threatening behaviour. In court, he was discharged without conviction. When we come back, Constables Alistair Gold and Matt James are on patrol in downtown Dunedin.
They've got some people who've stolen an umbrella from Central City. What's going on? What's going on here? This isn't your umbrella, is it? What is it? We've seen it. What? You haven't seen the brolly?
I haven't seen it.
Who took it from around the corner? What? Around the corner of the bar. Who took it from around the corner? Just lock him up, man.
The guy's inability to explain what happened could be due to drink.
Three guys walking past me from the outside of the road holding the umbrella. Yeah, I still said for us going to umbrella. Look outside. It's just about run after the next one, guys. Alright, let's see which guys.
But cafe worker Julian Hines points out a witness who saw the thieves in action.
Can you understand the actually? Let's grab this guy. You guys got some ID on you? I just want to take a detailed look at it. You've got to get some ID on you, right? You're going to come back to the station with me. So, you know, like there's an easy way and another way. You're better off doing the easy way. What's that? Well, you guys have been seen taking an umbrella. Right? No, you're not taking it back.
Alistair gets the lowdown on what happened from bar worker Ben McKinley.
Yeah, well, that's always.
No, you just stay there, guys.
Just outside that boutique shop there.
Yep.
Three guys dragging the umbrella up the road. Two guys. The other side, so.
Yep. Alright, hey, thanks. You're just down there, aren't you? Yeah, we're back in for sorting. Who we got? Yeah, he's been dragging it down the road here. Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah, yes, so he's been dragging it down the road. Just leave that down. So we'll get a return, right? Yeah. No, just put it down. Just put it down. Right? Yeah. Let him go. George will be coming back with us. Well, I've explained to you, but you're not listening to me. You guys were seen with your friend here dragging the umbrella down the road, all right? But this umbrella is from bar around the corner. Yeah. I do know the score, mate. All right, so we'll take this back. Thanks for having a nice time, guys. Yeah. Through the door there.
Terry is taken to the station to get the matter sorted out. He was charged with theft and held in cells overnight. When he appeared in court, he was found guilty and given diversion.
Just, you know.
Later that night, Constables Craig Bennett and Alistair Gold receive a call to check on a group of youths who are up to no good.
We've just received reports of some youths that are standing on top of cars out the back of their bar and climbing over all the vehicles, so we're just going to try and look for them, see what we can find.
When Craig and Alistair arrive at the scene, an informant points out the youths.
The church. Oh, there you go. Where they hang out down there? Oh, one's got a yellow jersey on.
The teens have moved towards nearby church grounds, and when the police arrive, they meet Mark, who's no stranger to them.
Mr. What a surprise. Would you like to step out of there, please, miss? So which ones were jumping on the cars?
But just as police start to question the group, a stranger arrives on the scene.
Who are you, sir? John Smith. John Smith. And by the way, shouldn't you identify yourself before you ask me a question? I'm completely within my rights to ask you a question, sir. Well, I did. It's not legally obliged to answer it honestly until you actually identified yourself as an officer of the law. To tell me your name.
After sorting out some of the fine and legal points with Barry, Craig tries to get on with his job.
The yellow sweatshirt was identified as jumping on the car. Bullshit. Down in the car park. I'm not kidding you. Shit. Jumping on the car. I'm just asking you calmly, quietly, were you involved? You've said no. Okay, that's all I'm after. Okay. So who's got the alcohol? Apart from this gentleman. No one else.
Craig gives Mark and his mates a warning, and after confiscating their beers, sends them on their way. Meanwhile, Alistair wants to know more about the mysterious Barry. He's carrying a bag of beer, and this part of the city is a liquor ban zone.
So I'm not allowed to carry it from a place of illegal purchase to my own private residence.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Okay.
No use of that. Well,
It's not
is it not?
all of the kids are sealed and illegal people have done the legal thing. Well, I don't know who took that out while I was there.
Right. So, you're in an alcohol banned area. So this purchase alcohol recently says there's few kids.
Yes, I do. Possibly the same person who broke the windows and jumped up and down on the car.
Alistair's not sure that Barry's being entirely honest.
We left.
So you've identified yourself as
Where do you live? We're getting there right now.
Alistair gives Barry the benefit of the doubt and lets him continue on his way home. But a short time later, Barry and his bag of beer are back.
Because you're under arrest, you got certain rights. You charge yeah, whatever, alright. You're not twice saying you get to do something over given evidence, right? Maybe it's known that you're right to self-destruct like that, and you've given the opportunity to do this training course. Put your seatbelt on, thank you. Put seatbelt on, mate. It's like $150 fine wearing a seatbelt. Put it on, mate, once you're outside. Put your belt on, mate. You look like a prize prick at the
By the time they reach the station, Barry appears to have lost the use of his legs, and the police are in danger of losing their patience.
You want to make an answer yourself in front of the TV? I suggest you stay there. If you don't want to do that, I think you should just get out of the car and walk up the steps before I actually drag you out of the car. Jump on. Yeah, I was really cute. Hurry up.
sir, stand up.
Police escort the horizontal Barry into the station. He seems to prefer this method.
He refuses to walk in like an interact. Oh, you stand up and sort of.
Craig empties Barry's pockets and accounts for some of the missing beer cans.
Mr. Dreaming again. We're not king or dreaming here, Jim.
Barry believes that continuing passive resistance is his best legal option.
And we'll see you later on.
Barry was charged with breaching the liquor ban and supplying minors. The charge of supplying was later dropped. In court, he was found guilty and ordered to pay a total in fines of $605. Next week on Police 10-7, Vanessa seeks comfort in the arms of the law.
So now according to the Pepper Police Station, run such place, for appearance of evidence or breath,
A thief's escape from a moving police car doesn't go to plan.
Let me the fuck out of here. You're not going anywhere, fella.
give up. I can see it.
A gang member is killed with a knife and a young man shot in retaliation.
We arrested 3 members of a car with a sawn shotgun who were helping us to borrow.
On Police 10-7, Vanessa seeks comfort in the arms of the law.
Run such place, for appearance of evidence or breath, test or blood.
We follow a Whakatane homicide investigation after a gang member is killed with a knife and a young man shot in retaliation.
We arrested 3 members of a car with a sawn shotgun who were helping us to borrow.
So tonight, a thief's escape from a moving police car doesn't go to plan.
Let me the fuck out of here. You're not going anywhere, fella.
Give up. I can see it.
It's Friday night, and South Auckland Constable Hamish Fordray is following cars being driven erratically. He decided to pull over to check if the driver was drinking.
That's good. You got a driver's license? You got a driver's license? Yeah. Okay. You got some ID, so go leave.
The back seat is full of empty bottles, and the driver is very emotional.
Oh, thanks. What was that?
I don't even want to say.
And Hamish knows he's met Vanessa before.
You got your criminal matters cleared up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Here's your next time. Yeah, that's right. Right, me from there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting my shit together, but I think I might have gone on. So you're gonna pick up.
Oh, we all done right? What we do that?
You read my parents.
Did we? How old are you?
23. I'm older now.
We don't read your parents, do we?
They raised me when I was 22. They raised my parents.
Alright. You didn't drink for wine?
Couple.
Couple. Okay. Don't check and get back to it. Sweet there. It's terrible.
The check confirms that there are no outstanding warrants, but Hamish still has to find out if Vanessa's over the limit.
Brilliant. Good news is you don't have a warrant. Let's record the breast screening test without delay.
I'm gonna get a jail because of that.
You've done this before, eh?
I bring TV.
To же самое. Никто, а в целом не будет.
Just blow on here. Blow on there. You tell us if it's not warrant. Deep breath. Okay, stop. Okay, see you there. Yes, it's a final demo. Okay. So now we're calling you to the police station for such place. Do you understand that? Yeah, we'll take the keys out of your car. Just give us a seat in the back of my car, eh? So we see those? Yeah, some keys out like that. What have you been drinking? When you saw this video, drink. Boxes.
Yeah, this is one of them. I drank and make sure you know. You want it for me, eh?
Well, we're going to tell you how many of the drink. Let's tell you what your brief limit is.
At the station, Hamish reads Vanessa her rights.
Do you want to speak to her? Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to speak to the lawyer? It's your right.
They are saying it for me.
Okay. Stop. This is the result. Okay, 689 alcohol per litre of breath. That's a positive result. And the study she arrested for drug alcohol because she's on a suspended sentence as well for other matters. So the chances are when she goes to court, she'll be remanded in custody on that sentence. She's just been taken through and we're about to process her now.
I'll give you that when you go in an hour or so. Just yeah, we'll wait till you're sober. Just for your own safety, when you're walking the streets, just sleep.
In court, Vanessa was convicted of driving with excess breath alcohol. She was disqualified from driving for 6 months and sentenced to 60 hours community service.
I've just been called to a shoplifting job. Looking for 3 kids. That was one still a few bottles to look at. He's playing up apparently, so you'd be a good smart and see what the story is.
When Auckland constables Brendan Young and Adam Kinyo arrive, they find the drunken thief down a driveway. But by the way he's being treated by his captors, you'd hardly think he'd done any wrong.
This our boy here, is it?
I just gave him a cigarette and a can of Woodstock.
What'd you give him a can of Woodstock for?
The charity still in the sky.
So what's the story?
What were you doing over the box stuff?
Well, you've heard the story, right?
Well, I'm asking you what you did.
That's right.
The denial is a futile move. Back at the liquor store, witnesses, security footage, and the victim Lisa are telling police a very different story.
And they picked that up. And then
Unable to dispute the video footage, Simon begins to change his tune.
Yep, he's trying to take some out of the store. But he's trying to take some. Yep. I'll tell you at this stage, okay, you're not obliged to say anything. Anything you do say may be held as maybe given as evidence. Do you understand that?
And by the time he's inside the police car, he's confessing to everything. And it seems a dare from a mate was what got him into trouble.
It's a bit of a hard night. My mate slipped me out of the car and like, my mate ran it. And he told me to
Sorry, what? Hey, I don't care what your friends dared you to do, okay? It was your decision to go in there. You made that choice. It was your choice to steal that bottle of bourbon. Bottle of rum. So now you've got to pay the consequences for it, okay? So be a man and stand up to it.
you're charged with
Theft and assault. Because you punched the woman there, she was trying to stop you from leaving. You can dispute it all you like, but there's plenty of witnesses, isn't there? At the end of the day, you've been drinking, you're probably drunk, you probably don't remember too much.
But Simon doesn't accept the consequences, and on the way back to the station, he decides the only way to get out of trouble is to escape from a moving police car, and then fight the police as they try to stop him.
Look me the fuck out of here. You're not going anywhere, pal.
But this only leads to a dose of pepper spray and another charge of resisting arrest.
I give up. I can see it.
Get your feet in the car. On the way back, he decided to play up in the back of the car, which was unfortunate. And so here we had to restrain him for a bit. And unfortunately for him, he got the spray, the dosing spray. So the foot back here, it's a bit of a first time you've been sprayed. Stay. Yeah. Go on. Let's go. We'll take you through the process. Now he's been charged not only with the original theft charge and assault charge, resisting and willful damage. Unlucky for him, I'm afraid.
In court, Simon was convicted on charges of theft, resisting police, willful damage, and 2 counts of assault. He was sentenced to 3 months in prison. And after the break, police hunted down an armed suspect in a Whakatane shooting.
He said, how did they know I did it? He said, everybody knows you did it.
It's Tuesday morning, and the people of Whakatane have woken to a town under siege. The previous night, a Black Power associate had been shot twice in the leg as he stood on his front doorstep. It was an act of retaliation for the murder of mongrel mob associate Tirangi Tate Carroll 2 days before.
Regardless of what happened out there, we're keeping focused. Do a homicide investigation. Inspector has got other staff looking after the it's developing.
For Detective Sergeant Ross Everest, the shooting is a side issue. His team's trying to find the people who stabbed Carroll to death after a brawl on Whakatane's main street.
We're working through the suspects that are outstanding. Matt's going to give you an update when we get to that.
The suspect who believes that Carroll was killed with his own knife.
Same guy, Tony, lifting up his shoe, had the knife stuck in his pants, and it's showing up there. Throwing back and forth.
To prevent any more potential violence, armed offenders squads from around the region have been called in. Tony Juris is in charge of this part of the operation.
Tonight, we're kicking off with the new guys coming in from Rotorua AMS, 1900 hours to man a police roadblock at Terry Hartu. Late this evening, 1700 hours, we arrested 3 members in the car with a sawn and shotgun who are helping police to fire at the station. Today there was a the funeral of the Borough Trucking. There were still a number of people that various residents of the they have to come back through the roadblock if they choose to leave. They are to be searched and
Detective Sergeant Dave Archibald is running the investigation into the revenge shooting of the Black Power Associate.
Oh. Oh, the second.
As night falls, police patrols intensify and officers pick up the street. By the next day, the investigation into the murder as well as the Black Power members involved in the stabbing that killed T-Randy Tate Carroll. He's confronted Tate twice now. He's the only one He said he was the person there. He said he's left them, he's seen them giving him a kicking, and then he said he yelled from the other cops. He walked through the crime scene with a Black Power suspect has left the question of who held the knife. The Crown prosecutor, Greg Jones, has asked Ross Everest to show him where it was found.
just down on the edge of the rock. Point down. That is 39 point something meters from the scene, Greg.
See, I don't think there's blood over here. Blood.
Oh, yeah. And he does not deny that. He can't.
Finding out who had the knife would be crucial prosecution. But back at the scene of the retaliatory shooting, Detective Mark Boydshop has made a chilling discovery. This is the house that's
It's the night scene where the actual shooting took place. And as you know, there was a number of bullets were fired up the driveway. Through the back of the shed, through the fence here. One of them was ended up fully as they shot it, whacked it, and then actually pronounced it back out to end up being lodged in his home.
Station, Ross Everest has identified both of the Black Power associates connected to the fatal stabbing of T-Randy Tate Carroll.
The object of the focus now is to eliminate as many of the periphery as we can without and leaving our main targets until later in the week.
And in the inquiry into the shooting that followed Carroll's death, there's been a major breakthrough. Mongrel Mob member Laurie Dog Davis has been identified as the main suspect, and Maori liaison officer Senior Sergeant Wally Hamaha has just come back from a meeting with the community.
Ну, дождь. Ой. Что еще? А это? Звонок. Простите, кто? Ты сделал меня теперь будем замузбил. Стены.
Eventually, police identified all the suspects in the shooting. Warrants led to the recovery of a large number of firearms and a total of 5 arrests on charges of wounding with intent to do grievous bodily harm and possession of firearms. 2 people were sentenced to prison, 2 got 2 years, and the longest sentence was handed down to the trigger man, Laurie Doc Davis.
Serious charge.
With other charges, Davis received a total of 8 years in prison. For Ross Everest, the investigation into the murder of Carol went on for another 2 weeks, and on the 21st day of the inquiry, he launched a series of raids around the area.
3 weeks. They're the ones that were told today. Yes, I'm quite changed.
Matt McLeod made a affidavit one of the suspects that Ross Everest intended to arrest later including disorder and serious assault on Tigray Carol and Laurie Davis. They received varying sentences, with the maximum being 2 years imprisonment. Next week on Police 10-7, South Auckland officers are armed after reports a man threatened his wife with deadly weapons.
Now he's under house with a shotgun, really shitty.
Constable Salilo Levi smells something he shouldn't.
Because I can smell dope in here, invoking section 18.2, 18.3, misuse of drugs act.
The boss digs himself into a heap of trouble with his
Знаю. Не знаю. Right.
Although they're 2 streets away from the suspect, the situation is still very confused. And with reports of weapons, all of the officers
He's outside the house. Apparently, it's been investigated. He's now outside the house with a shotgun and a machete. And another call coming in. He's outside the fire. So he's on the street fire.
With light fading, the officers have little time to waste. An armed suspect confronting armed police in near darkness is a recipe for potential tragedy. And before they go any closer, the officers must be protected with bulletproof vests. One officer with a rifle and an armed dog handler moved to the house with Beagle relaying vital information on any movements of the address. Senior Sergeant Ian Whitey has arrived to take charge of the operation. He's directing a CIB officer to command a small team who will set up in the most forward position near the suspect's house once the other officers have reported back.
Sure, mate.
But before that happens, Anton helps to clear the street of bystanders who may be in danger if the suspect moves this way. Senior Sergeant Brighty hears from the forward unit that it's safe for other officers to proceed, but the rest of the team move to establish a new system near the As they arrive, an officer from the forward unit appears, escorting a woman away.
Linea, tu sei un paio.
Soon apparent that this is Trish, who found in the food. As Jerry and another officer move toward the house, Anton tries to find out from Trish what type of weapon her partner has.
Вот ты где.
They've gone in with dogs and need backup. He's been subdued by police dogs thrown after refusing to lie down when first ordered to by police. This was essential, as in the near dark street, it was impossible for the officers to see if he still had a weapon. A search of James reveals he's not carrying any weapons, so other officers are questioning his friends to find out if they've been hidden. James was arrested for obstructing the police and is taken away for questioning. James may have hidden the shotgun in the ceiling of the house. As they leave the house, a witness claims
Ну, это быстро.
suddenly switched focus from Dave's event to claiming James was involved in the previously and is out on bail for that charge.
Да.
And by the time they reached the station, Trish has also
Сколько? Пошли, ого, по сотни, ого. 100 сразу. Дверь. Окна, ого. Ой, там дверь.
While the officers leave Trish to think about her story, James is next door, maintaining his innocence. James also says he's been treated unfairly by the police. But Trish's report that James had a gun meant police had to subdue him when he resisted arrest. While a doctor treats his wounds, the police conclude that Trish made the shotgun story up. They decide to move her to Papakura, which has proper holding cells.
The original statement that she gave turned out to be false, but because of the time she wasted and then the wethouse, these resources have not charged them with making a false complaint.
Finally, Trish is led away to sober up. Her story is true. Later in court, Trish pleaded guilty to making a false statement and she received 12 months supervision. The charge of obstruction against James was eventually withdrawn. After the break, Constable Salilo Levi smelled something he shouldn't.
Invoking Section 18.2 and 3 of the Misuse of Drugs Act 1975. Charlie Bravo Yankee.
Late on Friday night, the Rotorua police, Salilo Levi and Chris Nen are stopping a driver for a routine check. Salilo smells a familiar scent that suspects Phil have recently been smoking and are leaving close to their drive.
Because I can smell dope in here. Three Misuse of Drugs Act 1975. Okay, so what that means that allows police to. You understand that? Okay. Now, have you got any dope on you? You have. How much have you got? Okay, just place that. Okay.
Salilo's inclined to believe Phil's claim that the remains were got, but the officers won't know if the guys are telling the truth until they've been searched.
They took it to these ones. These ones? Just a big one.
Хотел что-то стоять.
With the search revealing nothing more, it's time for Salilo to wrap up the scene.
Unused. Appreciate your honesty here. Okay, like I said, okay? That's a small amount. I can't let you drive. You understand that? Because you're influence of drugs. Okay? So, I want the keys. Someone to pick up the car. You don't be sober. Okay? So, get you guys to lock up the car.
With Phil and his friend, honesty's proven to be the best policy. And as the lucky smokers head home, the officers are off on an urgent job.
We're off to the store down in Taman and things like gang related and about 5 offenders or so. So we've still got a call along the line. Should they leave by truck or by car? Any information about weapons used or
At the scene, there are no weapons, but there's plenty of more.
Начинается уже вообще.
Salilo William hardly starts the story when Bob steps in. But Selena suspects Bob may have been more involved in the fight than he claims.
Oh, late.
As William is arrested for disorderly
Как там
behaviour
это?
and taken away, Bob's story starts to change. Now he's peacemaker.
Тарелка.
Seem to stop his explanation, in which William's partner is also blameless.
Basically, he was president of the bar here.
А, телек. Посмотри, а. Странно. Блин, странно. О, я раздумала. Раздумал. Да.
William's partner Rose has been trespassed from the pub and let go with a warning. Just as Bob's arrested, Bob, she arrives back on the scene. Now Rose wants to get her personal extension. Like a boss, once she starts, it won't stop. that it's all turned a bit serious, but he still thinks he's got one more chance to prove his innocence. Back at the station, Bob and William are reunited and put in the cell while Silly-Lo prepares the paperwork. Despite Bob's efforts to talk his way out of trouble, he's still going to appear in court. Bob failed to turn up in court the next Friday and was rearrested the following week. In court, he was convicted of 20 hours community service. His mate William was convicted and looked up to $330 plus $1,350 of reparation for the door he damaged in the bar. Next week on Police 10-7, a brawl breaks out in Palmerston North. It is unhappy with Constable Denby's health. An often smash and grab raid leaves Sam with a major dilemma. And a man about to lose his car loses the plot. Yeah, you're not taking off, I am taking your car. You're not taking my car, you can't.
Опять. Ну ты тупая. Опять зуб. А вот смотри. Через час будет. Ну, Стивен будет. Часов 2. А не в 2 это. Дождь.
Pretty big.
The spark appears to have been the cause of Friday night fights. Someone getting smart.
Классная чипчик. Восстановить, да, восстанавливать. И биту можно восстановить новой. Помню, кто помнит маленький тут томик? Вообще, повезло просто. А сколько крутизной. Вообще пыть. Давай круто.